Hey, what's up, degenerates? It's Lord Wolf, and you're watching Bacon Ninja FPV. Make sure you smash that like button, make sure to subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the vlog. Today I am playing with a new camera, and you may have seen a little edit that I did last week with the Caddx Peanut. This is the Caddx Peanut right here on my CL1 5-inch quad. So I haven't seen a lot of people fly the Peanut on a full-size 5-inch rig. I'm sure there are some. My goal with that, this thing weighs 100 grams less than my GoPro Hero 5 Black. And that camera's pretty old. The newer GoPros weigh even more than that. So I shaved over 100 grams off of my quad by switching to the Peanut, and I also allowed myself to utilize Stabilization, which my Hero 5 Black did not have. So what we're here to find out is it worth it? You know, is the quality difference worth it compared to like a GoPro Hero 8 that I could be running with Hyper Smooth? Is the price difference worth it? And is the weight difference worth it? So we're gonna take it on the first flight with what I think are correct PIDs for this and see what it does. Let's go put it to the test.
It go short days, long nights, we be gone to the morning. Yeah, they love it, all eyes on me when I put it on. Hallways, porch lights, gotta keep the evil off. Oh me, oh my, I just be like, who be gone? 10 roll spliffs in a VIP, we don't do lines, didn't need a glow, cause we always been the cool guys. Beach tent, cooler with the drinks and the blue skies, Ray-Bans, bucket low like F it though, it's all mine, it's all mine. Yeah, that thing is all mine, Lil Betty and she nasty, yeah, that girl is all mine. Hey, it's all mine, yeah, that thing is all mine. Turned into a booming operation, yeah, in no time. Hey, went from middle class to upper damn, now we live in luxury. Palm Angels up on my truck, at high school it was Burberry. Shout out to my peoples through it all, man, they stuck with me. She keep calling me a keeper, it won't be another me. Hey, I your soul, we be heavy on it. Off the what, I be daddy off it. I your soul, we be heavy on it. Off the what, I was daddy off it. Short days, long nights, we be gone to the morning. Yeah, they love it, all eyes on me when I put it on. Hallways, porch lights, gotta keep the evil off. Oh me, oh my, I just be like, who be gone? 10 roll spliffs in a VIP, we don't do lines, didn't need a glow, cause we always been the cool guys. Beach tent, cooler with the drinks and the blue skies, Ray-Bans, bucket low like F it though, it's all mine. She all mine, grab her by her waistline, we ain't come to waste time, hit me on my main.
Alright, well that flight didn't go too badly. For this little bitty camera, this camera is only 27 grams. If you haven't checked out the Caddx Peanut, it is really just an Insta360 Go 2 in a different wrapper. So Caddx took the Insta360 Go 2 and they put it in this bigger, more protected case. It's like a plastic in the front and it got a metal back where it dissipates the heat. It also utilizes some different ND filters. The Insta360 Go 2 has replaceable NDs, but these are a different depth to make up for the case. Also, they've replaced the front button with a touch, and now they're using this physical little orange button here. It also has some other features for your quad. So on the 5-inch that I'm flying in that video, which is this one, I actually have this little cable attached that goes to a 5-volt regulator that runs directly off of VBAT on this quad to basically charge the camera while you're flying. So it never runs out of battery, which was kind of a problem on the Insta360 Go 2. The battery life was horrible because of the form factor, unless you had it in the case. And obviously you can't fly with the case. So they fixed that by adding this little connector, which just magnetically attaches to the back of the Peanut. And also, I've got it set up on my flight controller on a UART with PinIO, where I can activate and deactivate the camera from my radio, which is kind of nice. There are some downsides, though, that I found. So I shaved a bunch of weight off of this quad, like I said, about 100 grams. This was an 801 gram quad, all up weight, when I had the Hero 5 Black on top of it. So with the Peanut, it's like 705 grams instead of 801, which was a big difference for the PID controller, so I had to retune this quad pretty aggressively. I had to drop the gains on the PID controller quite a bit to keep it from wobbling. And also, another thing about this camera is it's super sensitive to high frequency vibration. So you have to have a mount that's kind of isolated. You're kind of limited in the mounting. There's not a whole lot of mounts available on Thingiverse. This was actually one that was available on Thingiverse, and it goes into a standard GoPro mount. So I printed a GoPro mount plate for the CL1 and then a bunch of these. I'm kind of concerned that I'm going to rip it off on a tree or something, but so far it's been okay. But it does isolate it pretty well. There are some times where I can still see the vibration of the quad through this mount. I think I still have a little bit more PID tuning to do, but all in all, it's okay. It's pretty good. Now, we've seen it fly on this full-size quad, but this Peanut is really made, and where it shines is on micros. Because it's so small, you can put it on just about any quad. So I took my smallest Freestyle quad and gave it the Peanut treatment. So I made the exact same print. I made a GoPro mount for this Tinyhawk 2 Freestyle, and then I put the exact same case that I'm running on my full-size on top of it. And it actually maybe flies. This isn't a stock Tinyhawk 2 Freestyle. I've actually swapped this out for an XT30, and I've underslung the battery, and I'm running these Tattoo 2S 450 mods. I really like these, by the way. I get about 3 minutes of flight time with this setup carrying a 27 gram camera. Now, one thing I can't do is charge this one while it's flying. I don't feel like running a BEC on this is a good idea because the battery is such low voltage. To run a 5-volt regulator, I feel like it would really affect my flight time on a 450 mAh pack. So I just run the battery on the Peanut with this. But I'm not sure how well the stabilization works, so let's go take a look at that outside. I'm going to run a pack, and I'm going to show you what it looks like with and without stabilization in the same pack so you can compare.
Whoa, whoa, yeah. Hey. Beat by Apollo, fire. Stop at New Apollos. Cop a Henny sour, and I'm puffing Jack sour. Yeah, I feel a black power. Yeah, this time it's really ours. It's time to get the bag. Yeah, it's time to get the bag. Yeah, yeah. Dollars coming, let me see it. Multi-million, I'm a bid. On a mission, best believe it. Ask for it, you receive it. Dollars coming, let me see it. Multi-million, I'm a bid. On a mission, best believe it. Ask for it, you receive it. Ask for it, you receive it. Got it locked, put the key in. Got them looking, yeah, they praying. She like, I like what I'm seeing. Now we up, they agreeing. Play full, yeah, we eating. Now you can't ignore this feeling when you got it from him seeing. Why these niggas be out then? You found love, why you cheating? She know that I'm never leaving. They won't beef, but they vegan. I don't know why they on that. Get a pack, then I roll that. She got ass, tell her throw that. Start her on, it's a throwback. Just a straight roll, I don't even pay tolls. Your boy a genius and I ain't talking yay though. Been a living legend since I was like a day old. I remember days though, listening to J. Cole. I remember days though, listening to Drake though. Had to up my profile, had to up my payroll. Getting too high, yeah, you know I had to lay low. Getting too fried, eating on some fucking baked dough. Yeah, I came through, and you know I had to make do. Yeah, I came through, and you know I had to make do. Getting all these dollars, yeah, you know I had to make them. Yeah, I came through, yeah, you know I had to make do. Beat by Apollo, stop at New Apollos. Cop a Henny sour, and I'm puffing Jack sour. Yeah, I feel a black power, yeah, this time it's really ours. It's time to get the bag, yeah, it's time to get the bag, yeah, yeah. Dollars coming, let me see it. Multi-million, I'm a bid. On a mission, best believe it. Ask for it, you receive it. Dollars coming, let me see it. Multi-million, I'm a bid. On a mission, best believe it. Ask for it, you receive it.
I dip in the corner in something imported. I'm copping the land of the same with the shores. Beautiful women who time in the mirror to show up the shows and see me perform this. Used to ignore me, I'm all the day here, but I used to be timid. I don't know what fear is. Just taught him my dog and he told me he got me. I hopped up the line and went straight to go get it. I got us. Building this up out of mortar and brick. The way that it's going, I don't see it ending. The pigment is tinted. I'm really that nigga, go figure. I'm tapped into a higher power, feeling bigger than me. It's centering me. My enemy silent, they see that I'm fire. Can't fuck with my energy. I got some real ones on my sideline, abiding by them guidelines. I'm way up near the skyline. You so barely fine, right? Only kings around me, others go now. Why I shine bright? Yeah, you hella fine, right? Hey, you looking like the wine and dine type. I'm basking in that limelight. Brody, get your chip stack. I'll teach you. I'm the wise guy. I'm getting
Not too shabby, right? I mean, you can definitely see in the unstabilized sections that this thing wobbles. But what do you expect, man? These are like These are 1103 7000 kV motors spinning 2.5-inch tri-blades. I mean, it's kind of, this quad with no changes, no camera, no weight, flies really well. And adding 27 grams to it is pretty significant. And it still flies. It's still totally controllable. I can still get 3 minutes of flight time out of it with the Tattoo 450 mAh 2S down here. I'm pretty impressed by the fact that it can even do it. And if you don't do something like this, then all you've got is your DVR recording, which, I mean, who wants to watch analog DVR footage from their quads, even if it's a micro? Nobody wants to watch that, really. But if you look at like a Cinewhoop, like the ProTech 2.5, that still runs 2.5-inch props, right? So this is a 2.5-inch prop. This might be a 2-inch prop. I might be wrong on that. But anyway, it's not too much bigger than this. And it has 1404 motors at like 5,000 plus kV. I mean, these are 1103s. They are itty bitty. And you see it does shake, right? There's nothing I can do about that. There's a lot of weight. And the pin controller is trying its best to maintain authority. But it seems to do the trick. So, I mean, my vote on the Peanut is it's totally worth the cost. Now, you could compare this to a GoPro Hero 7, basically, which is kind of where I was looking. I was looking at a GoPro Hero 7 because it has Hypersmooth, and it's the same form factor as my Hero 5, so I could use all my existing cases. But you could go buy that, and it's going to weigh like 120 grams with the battery in it. You're going to be able to do 4K 30 on it, but not in Super View. And you're going to get Hypersmooth. This, I'm running 2.7K 30, because I feel like 30 is really all you need. I can still run ND filters, and it has pretty good stabilization. There are some times where the stabilization like tweaks and glitches with this camera, but I think that's acceptable for what it is. You're not going to run this and expect to get cinematic quality footage. That's not the end game with this camera. But if you're looking at making flight edits, it's perfectly acceptable. I think there's nothing wrong with this camera for running flight edits. I'm totally happy with the purchase. The price was comparable to Hero 7. There is no warranty that I know of on this, which is kind of the downside. But if you go with the Hero 7, there's really no warranty either, unless you get it from Amazon, and you can still get that protection plan, but then there's a lot of limitations there. It's not like the Best Buy warranty, and you may be able to get it under the GoPro subscription, but then again, they're not going to replace it with a 7. They're going to send you an 8 minimum. They're not going to send you a 7, and an 8 costs more than this. So it's really up to you. For me, in my use case, I think it's kind of perfect. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. And as Lord Wolf said at the very beginning of this vlog, go ahead and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And thanks again. I appreciate you all very much, and I'll catch you next time.
Beat by Apollo. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Hey. Beat by Apollo, stop it.